In question 6 we have X and Y, two lamps. X is rated at 12 volts 36 watts and Y 4.5 volts 2 watts. In A we need to find the current in each lamp when operated at its correct working voltage. Well, current is power over voltage, so for X we have 36 watts over 12 volts giving a current of 3 amps. For Y 2 watts over 4.5 volts giving 0.44 amps. In B, we have a circuit diagram showing the two lamps connected with a battery of EMF 24 volts and negligible internal resistance. The resistors R1 and R2 are chosen, so the lamps are operating at their correct working voltage. In part 1, we need to find the potential difference across resistor 1. Well, resistor 1 needs to take the potential difference across X down to 12 volts from 24 volts. So it needs to have a potential difference of the 24 volts of the supply minus the 12 volts needed for X, giving it a potential difference of 12 volts. In part 2 we need to find the current in resistor 1. Well, R1 carries the current through both lamps, giving 3 amps plus 0.44 amps, which is 3.44 amps. In part 3 we need to find the resistance of R1. Well, resistance is voltage over current. Putting in the values given previously gives 3.5 ohms. In part 4 we need to find the potential difference across resistor 2. Well, the potential difference across resistor 2 is the 12 volts remaining minus the 4.5 volts for lamp Y, meaning it has a potential difference of 7.5 volts. In part 5 we need to find the resistance of resistor 2. Well, resistance is voltage over current, which is 7.5 volts over the 0.44 amps given for lamp Y, meaning it has a resistance of 17 ohms. In C, the filament of the lamp in X breaks and the lamp no longer conducts. It's observed that the voltmeter reading decreases and the lamp Y glows more brightly. In C part 1 we need to explain without calculation why the voltmeter reading will decrease. Well, the circuit resistance has increased, and so the current has reduced. Therefore, the potential difference across resistor 1, which is measured by the voltmeter, will reduce. In part 2, we need to explain without calculation why Y will glow more brightly. Well, the potential difference across Y will increase. This increases the current through it, which raises its temperature.